up, everybody?
Hey, girl. This girl over there dancing. Every time we come on, you be juking and jiving.
Listen, anytime I can, I'm stuck in the house with a 4-year-old. So anytime I can
break away,
I'm gonna do it.
Well, we are back again, and tonight we are with Shea Nicole, Shea with the T.
Yes, what's up, everybody?
Shea with the T. What up, Shea with the T?
Hey, how y'all ladies doing tonight?
I'm good, thank you. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. And everybody listening, this is Shea with the T. Talk to us.
So what we're talking about tonight is AMC, as I have labeled it, advice, mental health, and culture. This being Mental Health Month, Mental Awareness Month, all of that stuff. We're going to dive into this. But before we do, Shea, let them know who you is, where you at, what you be doing, girl.
Yes, this is Shea with the T. So right now, like everybody else, I'm just working and living my life. And from time to time, I just try to put it out there, things in my life that I've been through to try to help others.
That's good, because you never know what people been through, what they're going through. They always looking for somebody to relate to.
Yeah, those testimonies.
Yeah, I think that's right. Relate to. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what we talking about tonight, y'all? What we talking about? Who going first? 1, 2, 3, not it.
Advice.
Advice. Let's go. Since AMC, might well go in order, right?
All right.
Okay, so everybody on the internet, we already know what's going on with the whole Kevin Samuels thing, and people are like happy he's dead, and some people are like, y'all stupid, y'all should have listened to the man, he knew he was talking about. And what I got from him is that I watched some of his lives, some, not all, but some things he did say was true. And some of the things he said were just his opinion. You know, when he started throwing out the whole all black women is and that, to me, I feel like, okay, that's just your opinion at this point. You're really not, giving no solid advice when you start trying to put everybody in one box. But some things he did say, I can say that it was true. To me, his delivery was the problem. Yeah, and I feel like people got to be very mindful when giving other people advice about the delivery, because if you deliver it wrong, they're gonna take that gift in the wrong way. And I feel like that's what a lot of people have a problem with him with. His delivery was kind of too harsh and too, I feel like, one-sided or biased. That's sometimes I took some of the things he would say to people, but anybody can give advice.
I agree, and I always live by, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Right.
Because I can talk to you. Yeah, I can talk to you and have a conversation with you, and I can turn around and have the same conversation with Stormy, but I might have to relay it a different way. Right. So everybody's not going to receive the information the same. You might take it and you agree with it. Somebody else might take it and be like, the fuck? She just tried me,
Right.
So I agree with you on that. I do think a lot of the stuff he said was true, but it was definitely the delivery he gave. And a lot of it was his opinion. And you mentioned, I feel like anytime somebody say all black women, you can only be talking about all the black women Right. So at what point if everybody in your life, every black woman in your life fits in this bowl,
right,
you needed to make some adjustment along the way, and you did not. So that's why you kept
because it's a reflection of you somehow, some way. That's
why
my
you kept
thought.
meeting the same person. Absolutely.
Right. And like women,
you a common denominator, so something.
Right. It's like how some women will say, because we've heard it, we're black women, we have heard other black women say, all black men do this. It's like, come on, girl. It's so many black men in this world. You did not meet everybody. And you cannot say everybody's the same. So, like you said, that's a reflection on you at this point. Because what are you doing wrong?
Yeah, because the famous saying is niggas ain't shit. No.
Stop meeting the niggas. Go meet the men. Find the men.
Hello. There you go.
We gotta get the niggas out the way.
There you go. Shea with the T right there. You just roll that on out there and quit meeting them niggas. Meet some men.
Go find the men. Go be with them and see what they talking about.
And that's when they're gonna spew out excuses. But they ain't my type. And so yeah, it's a reflection. I agree. How you feel about that
type? That type. I agree with both of you guys. But
did you ever watch any of his lives?
I did, and I agreed with some of his stuff. Some of it I had to agree to disagree, but I could see why he thought that way or why it was being presented that way. That's why I was able to agree to disagree. But the ones I had a problem with, really both of them, because Shea, you said the ones who came out saying that they hate him. Like, yo, you may have disagreed with what this man felt like, what he said, how he lived, but to be like, that's what he get. He should have died. Yo, like,
and these are like
that's hard.
Vivica Fox even had something like that, and I was like,
that's hard. That's really hard. You know, for just because that he feels or thinks differently than you, that you would wish. Or
celebrate his death.
Gloat in the death like that. That kind of took me crazy. But then the other ones who never had anything to say about Kevin Samuels when he passed had so much to say. Like, where was you at when he was?
What child? You know that side is down.
He had his platform. Like, he's been around.
Talk mess when people die. That's how it goes. But at the same time, let's keep it real. You know, because this is really irritating to me. The man got famous off of women. We made him famous.
Mm-hmm.
All the stuff we mad about, women literally called his phone or whatever line he had, or whatever they called the live. They tuned in and wanted to talk to him one-on-one. We did that. That man didn't call him or told him to call him. We did it. He made a video years ago saying he started off trying to help men get better. They wasn't receiving his messages like the way he wanted them to. You know what I'm saying? So he said, I know if I start focusing on women and bashing women, the men will click and have likes. He has a real video
men will pick up on it and pay attention.
Things. So he strategically planned all this and became successful. And then all these women, somebody hate him, but I'm like, what? I can see Kevin Samuels pop up and saying live. I never tuned in really because I really wasn't into him like that. But if you click on my accident or whatever, you're gonna see tons of people there.
Women
watching him. So I'm like, how mad were y'all really? Like, how mad were y'all? Because I ain't getting it.
Because all the clips that I've seen of him have mainly been. I don't think I've seen a clip of him when he was interviewing another man. There's always been a woman. Always.
If it's men he interviewing, he's not gonna get
the same. Never have I seen a man.
He said it didn't work.
He would tell women what they need to do to attract the man and but he never had men on there. But
you're a fool.
They had so much to say.
But you know what's crazy to me though, even with that, is how many men come out and even just agree with some of the things that he was saying. You know what I'm saying? Again, you ain't gotta agree with it, whatever. I watched a couple of them. At this point, I was laughing at them because I'm like, you bitches really did call him in, but you know, hey, do your thing, baby. You want to hear that?
Suicide.
Call in.
Agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? You agree to disagree.
But just the fact that the amount of men who feel like women need to follow everything Kevin Samuels was saying to a T, I'm like, damn. These men really feel like women need to sit down, shut up.
But you know what? In a lot of these men, if they really pay attention, every time he spoke about high value men, he basically kind of described these men. A lot of men that tune into him were not high value men. If you want to go by,
no, they were not.
So I'm like, to me, I got men in my family who don't make six figures and they don't do certain things, but to me, they still high value to me.
Absolutely.
They have qualities I feel that make them high value. So to me, that high value description, it was like, exactly who are you talking about? Like the rappers or somebody, like celebrities? Because it's a lot of high value men that I know, and they might not fit your description of one, but they're high value.
Right. Yeah. And they absolutely are. A man can, they don't have to be 6 figures for you to be high value, not for me. So I get it.
Yeah. So I'm like, you
A
really
man
sit
taking
back and
care of his
think
business
a
is
lot of
high
stuff is just
value.
opinion. It's just his opinion, which he has a right to. But it really was his opinion when it
I
came to
don't think a lot of people
transition.
know how to separate that. They don't know how to
Yeah, that's
separate
true.
the opinion from the real. Everything in their mind that he spoke were facts. And
And those were the ones who were gloating in his death. Like, you know what I'm saying? They
I ain't never
couldn't.
seen so much nasty shit about a person dying. That's what he get. He was a fool anyway. That's what he get.
I was like,
But you know what?
yo, like
You attract noise.
this was a human being. You know what I'm saying? He did this for a living, but he was a human. He had a mother, he had children, you know, he had
Nobody,
loved ones who cared about him.
nobody
He
cares when
wasn't a bad person. He wasn't out here killing people. He wasn't out here robbing nobody. He wasn't out, he was just speaking his truth. That was it.
He wasn't a bad person to you. He was a
You
horrible
right.
person to them.
Yeah,
he was a horrible person.
Ebony,
by speaking his truth,
by speaking his
truth,
but Stormy, you come out here giving people advice and you're delivering shit in a negative way. That's all people gonna remember. People gonna remember how you made them feel. I'm telling you straight up. If you came on here and say all black women, you know what I'm gonna say? Fuck that bitch. That's what I'm gonna say about you. Straight up. If you die the next day, I'm not gonna gloat that you're dead, but I would not care. Cause for what? You didn't even like me.
Right.
You had nothing but negative things to say about women like me. So I'm not gonna care. So that's what a lot of people are doing. They really just don't care about him. I would never praise somebody's death, but you have to make me feel sorry for you either.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is. They ain't feeling sorry for him. Like whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's how they take it.
That's true.
Be careful how you treat people and the message that you give out, the advice that you give out, because when your day comes, you want people to say more great things about you than bad. Let your light shine bright. His light was not shining bright. It was not.
It wasn't.
And to see what happened.
I'm saying though, but I'm just the way people reacted, regardless of.
I agree with you on the way people are reacting.
Yeah, it's definitely wrong. They said nasty things.
Yeah, but I see why. When you put it like that, I can see how people would, if they think at themselves in that box, is what who he was talking about or who he was referring to. So
you're not going. You're really not going. You can't feel for a stranger. Number one, it's hard, and then number two, if the stranger you saw from that person was negative in your eyes, you're just not gonna feel nothing for them, and it's sad, but that's how humans are. That's how we can get sometimes. But I would never celebrate nobody's death.
Yeah, no, me neither. So I think that kind of rolls us into our next topic on mental health, because
thank you.
After watching a lot of reality shows and watching Kevin Samuels and being in the Facebook group of the reality shows, you really see a side of a person's mental, and you be like, "Damn, y'all really think like this?"
Yes.
Like I'm in a group. There's people. It's like they almost brainwashed. Like we watching the same show, and y'all see something totally different. So. All of that to me is rolled into mental health. So now we're going to move into Stormy's question topic and talk about mental health. So let us know about that.
So, like, mental health is the number one topic. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to talk about mental health, how to deal with mental health and, different support for mental health and, all that. Do you think people are suffering from mental health like society is making it seem? Because I know I've dealt with it and I've been open about my mental health, but I think society is pushing more of it out, but not a lot of people are talking about it, like personally talking about it. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many different, I guess maybe because there's so many different aspects of mental health. You know what I'm saying? Like what is mental health for me is not going to be mental health for you. It's different for different people, which means the treatment or handling it will be a little bit different, right?
Yeah,
maybe. So do you think society plays in that to that too? Because they see one stigma, you know what I'm saying?
well, I guess it just depends on the person, because if you think about it, a lot of us have and will suffer some type of mental illness. It might not be as extended as some other people or last as long as other people. Like, for example, myself, I didn't realize I was depressed until after I helped myself get out of depression. And I became a psych nurse and I started learning things. And I'm like, oh shit, I was depressed then. That was depression. I wasn't sad. I was literally depressed at that point, because it really affected other areas in my life. And when I think back on that period of my life, I remember smiling and, getting dressed and going out having fun. But I remember not being all the way happy though. I remember still feeling like kind of dead inside. And so, and I feel like a lot of people, either they don't know they're depressed or whatever it is they got going on, or they don't want to acknowledge that they are. And I think that's why things like from generation to generation in families, it get worse and worse as it goes down. Because you can pass that on to other people.
Absolutely.
And we don't talk about it.
You can. I seen a story the other day, which I've been seeing a lot about mental health a lot lately. I have a lot of friends who daughters are going through mental health, issues, and they're finding it hard to help their daughters because they had it themselves. You know what I'm saying? And when they had it, there was no one there to help them, navigate through it. And like I said, I seen a story the other day on the Tamron Hall show, and she said that one of the guests on the show said that she developed depression because her mom was depressed. Not nothing to do with her, but her mom was just seeing her mom go through that. And I think, like you said, Shea, a lot of that is generational because they didn't know how to handle it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
how can you teach somebody?
When I was going through my depression, it was hard for my family to handle. They didn't know how to handle it because everybody, when people are depressed, what makes them depressed is different. What, like you said, what gets them out of depression is all different. So they didn't know how to help me. Like my husband was like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know, how to help you. I had to actually come to him and was like, hey, I had to recognize it myself. Like, hey, I got this going on. And I was able to talk to my friends. You know what I'm saying? I had that type of relationship, but my husband couldn't help me. And that's the person who supposed to think that maybe can come and help you. He's dealt with people with depression before, but the way he helped them, it didn't work for me. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, my thing is, people can only guide you to a healthier state. You have to do the work. And that's the thing with like, for me to get out of I had to like, okay, what's bothering you, Shea? How can we make this? But I have to talk to myself because can't nobody help me. Because first I got to figure out what I need anyway. Because if I don't know what I need to help me, y'all ain't gonna never be able to help me.
True.
That's true.
And so just along my journey, talking to people and stuff like that kind of helped me with my journey. But I had to do the main work. And that's the thing with depression, mental illness. Really, it's the person has to do it. And they can use other tools from other people, but that person has to do the work, or they ain't gonna never get
there. Right.
And that's how
you have to identify it within yourself. Like when you say, well, you ain't feeling, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So back to your friends who got the daughters going through it. They don't know what to do because they didn't have an outlet or whatever. It sounds like they need to go together.
Yeah,
that's what was suggested, that they do counseling separate and they do counseling together.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. They need to go together and then branch off separate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what there's one of, like I said, I have a few of them, and it's so crazy. Like back then, when we were teenagers, we was going through it. Our parents didn't say we were depressed. You know what I'm saying? But now, like our kids are, the parents are recognizing it and they're seeing it, and they're more, I guess, in tune with it because they had them feelings when.
Who wanted a mental child? Like, honestly, let's be honest. Back then, who wanted to have a child with problems?
Right.
You depression, anxiety, all of that is under mental. Mental illness, mental health.
But it's so common though. Like Shea said, it's so common.
But back then,
everybody has a mental health issue.
Right. But back then, things were more of a secret.
Right.
So, don't nobody want that mental, they child crazy. Don't nobody wanted that back then. And I'm not saying that it's right. Nobody wanted their child to be labeled that back then. So I think that's why we don't have a lot of that. And also what happened in my house, stay in my house, don't go tell my business. All of that plays into mental health back then and mental health now. It's fucked up. All of us need it, in my opinion. It wasn't even a pandemic, but it took for me to go through a lot of shit that I went through for me to realize I had depression. Whoa, wait a minute. And then going through that and looking back on my life, girl, you been had this shit.
Yeah,
but I ain't know. Yeah, it's been there. Like you say, you get dressed, you go out, you have a good old time. But it's like, you be like, what the fuck?
I see old pictures on Facebook, not Facebook, popping them old pictures. And it's crazy because some of the pictures, I'll look at them and I can remember exactly how I felt at that time. Exactly.
Me
it's like
too.
Fake.
Me
it's like,
too.
That's how I can say the word was fake because I was faking it. I was not all the way happy like I supposed to have been.
You look back and you be like, that whole trip, I hated that whole trip.
Right.
I hated
that whole thing was a mess.
The whole little incident, everything.
But I feel like a lot of people also, especially in the Black community, we be acting like, oh, that's for crazy people. We don't believe in counseling. We don't believe in talking to somebody. I don't want people in my business. But I tell people, when you leave it in, it's going to eat you up. And it's going to eat you up. That's how people, and the thing with I'm going to talk about depression because that's what I experienced with depression. Depression to me personally is one step away from suicide. I feel like if you get you get into the depression state, if you do not pull yourself up out of there in enough time, you're gonna want to die because you're already dead. You're literally dead. You're the walking dead, and the next thing you need to go is into your grave. And so I tell people, when someone say they're depressed, do not play no games with it. Take it serious. Get that person some help. Get yourself some help because I'm telling you, if they stay in that state too long, they're gonna kill themselves. Just like that girl, the lady, I don't know her name, the beauty pageant lady.
Young girl, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know her name, but I know that beautiful woman who won. And look what she did. She killed herself.
Yeah.
Recently or whatever. And I'm telling you, I say depression is one step away from death. That's all it is, because you literally is dead inside during depression.
I agree because I was at that point. And it's so crazy because it took the smallest thing for me to say, fuck this shit, I'm finna end all this. I was done.
Yeah.
And I knew I was done before that. A lot of shit I stopped doing. I stopped caring about a lot of shit. I was done. So I know what you mean. The shit is real.
Yeah.
It's very real. Because I was there too.
It is real.
And Shea with the tea can attest to that.
I was like,
she was like,
I saw her one time. I was like, what the hell is wrong with you?
This is not you, but you better get it together.
Yeah, last time I was out there, you told me that.
Yeah, I saw her. I was like,
you was like,
her depression. See, some people depression doesn't show on the outside. Her depression showed on the outside. My depression showed on the outside, but nobody recognized it. I gained extra weight. You know what I'm saying? I dressed myself up. I was raised by my grandmother to always look nice when you step outside the house. So you was gonna never catch me looking like I didn't care. But my weight I was been overweight, but it picked up big time. I got kind of the highest weight I went to was like 257, and I'm 5'1", 5'2". So that show, when I look back on my pictures, I see it, me, but everybody else did not see it because I dressed it up real well. You know what I'm saying? But I know with Stormy, her show, and I recognized it because I'm like, talk to me, what's going on, because I seen it. You saw it too,
but
you can see all that.
Yeah.
And what's crazy
but when I was going through it, I was going through it. You know.
But the thing
I was going through it, but listen, Shea was like, "Bitch, this is not motherfucking you. Get. I don't know what the fuck this is.
You know, as soon as you stress out, as soon as you get stressed out, the first thing people the first thing people think is, oh, she finna lose some weight because I'm not finna eat. No, bitch, people stress eat.
People stress eat. I ate my emotions, and that's what it was. And I think the reason why I was able to recognize yours, Stormy, because I had already been through mine. Even though people didn't really know that I've been through, and I saw yours.
You're right.
And I was able to pick yours out pretty quickly because I've been through it myself. But if I didn't, I probably overlooked and thought you just getting slim. You know, like, girl, eat something.
So did you tell anybody, Shea, or did you just work through it yourself?
I worked through it myself because, number one, after that breakup, it was like I said, it was like a straw that broke the camel's back. I had been hurt before by other people in my life, but at that point, I lost trust in people.
Gotcha.
So I want to tell people how I'm hurting because now I don't trust people. You know, now I got to trust myself, pray to God, and figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying? So I figured out, and it was hard. It really was hard for me because, like I say, I'm looking for peace and happiness from other people when the whole time I'm supposed to be giving it to myself. Because growing up when I was young, my grandmother, who's gone now, she was my peace. I went to her, like, if I'm feeling kind of stressed out as a kid or teenager, I'm going to my grandma's house. So when she died, my peace went away. And I was looking for it in other people. But God has a way of making things work to where He put me in a place where I had to figure it out myself. And so, and I think that's what it was. And I was able to get through it quietly and in private. But at the same time, now I'm in a healthier place. I'm like, you know what? Other people's testimonies did help me during that journey. It's like, now's my time to share. I gotta let people know it wasn't easy. I was really unhappy. I don't care if I hung out with y'all, had drinks. I really was a sad person. I cried a lot throughout the night.
Girl.
Like, really, really cried. And that day when I decided to change my life, that was the most hardest, hurtful cry that I did in private. I mean, something like came over me and I could not stop crying. It just kept coming and coming and coming, like a hard cry that I did. And then I just stopped. And I'm like, you know what the fuck am I doing? Like, I'm tired of being sad. I'm tired of this. You know, and that's when I say, well, let me love on me. Let me do something that makes me happy. Whatever it is I want to do, I'm gonna do it. Whatever it is, I'm gonna do it. I'm make myself happy from now on. And as time went on, years went on, months, whatever, I was able to heal myself.
Well, that's what's up. I'm glad. I'm glad.
Yeah.
But it's the time for healing. People think, oh, you can just snap out of depression like that.
No.
It takes time to go through that healing process.
It took you years. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take you some years, maybe, to come back out. My stuff
to break all that shit up.
Yeah, the relationship was just the thing that broke my heart.
Yeah.
Like, it really, now I finally had my heart broken completely. It was already broken. It just got broken completely at that point. And you know what I'm saying? But I had already been hurt throughout my life already by other folks. He wasn't the one to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was the end for me.
Yeah.
And it took years to get there. And so it's going to take you some years to come out of it. And it's just a daily thing you're just going to have to deal with. But once you get there, like now, like I tell people, I'm literally fucking happy. Like, I'm happy. No matter if something else go bad in my life right now, overall, I'm still a happy person.
Yeah.
And once you grab hold to that, oh my God, you be scared to lose it. Like, Y'all know me. Well, I know something for a fact. You know me. I cut motherfuckers out quick now. Like family members that you come out like, I'm telling you right then and there. I don't give a damn how you take it. Like, cause you're not fit to be in my life. You can't go by the rules how I'm living or how I need you to treat me. You're gonna have to go.
Don't bring none of that this way. We want all peace and happiness this way.
When you get that peace and happiness, I'm telling you, so precious. It's so precious, you don't want to lose it.
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't ever want to lose it again.
And I tell people, keep fighting so you can get it. Once you get it, you're gonna really, really enjoy it. It's gonna make you like a whole new person. You're gonna look at life differently. You're gonna look at people differently. You're not gonna accept any type of treatment no more. You're not gonna treat your own self no kind of way no more. Because you
that's what it is.
Type of value.
Yeah. You're not gonna treat yourself a certain way, so they damn sure ain't finna do it.
And you're not just coming to treat me kind of way. Because I don't treat myself like that. I spoil, I pamper myself. I treat me good, like for real. I treat myself really good. It's like
she really do.
And so, and that's what I tell
like,
people.
Bitch, can you adopt me?
Okay. You have to just do it. I feel like it's very valuable. So people who suffer mental illness, please get some help. Help yourself. Love on you. So when you get to that place, you're gonna really appreciate and you're gonna realize it was all worth it.
Yes, please get some help. I will make sure that I plug the mental health information down in the comments. Anybody need that number? It's gonna be down there.
Yes.
To the show. So.
And if your kids come to you saying that they need help, get them help. Let them talk to somebody.
I think a lot of these kids need help nowadays. That's just my opinion. And I'm standing beside.
They going through a lot. They going through a lot. They going through a lot more than what we had to go through. And they're not, we were a lot more stronger than them. And they have to deal with more than what we had to deal with. So, get these kids some help.
Let them talk. Let kids express themselves to you. Even if the kid is saying, Mom, Dad, I don't like it when you do this. When y'all do this, y'all hurt me. Sometimes parents just shut up and let your kids talk. Even though you never tried to hurt your kids on purpose. But if they taking what you're doing in that way, just let them talk. Because let me tell you something. Me being working in psych, there have been kids who have killed themselves and we don't heard them left our hospital and we found out they done killed themselves. That's the worst phone call any parent could ever get is your child is dead, or you walk home and your child is dead. All because they could not express themselves the way they needed to or get the mental help that they need. That's the worst thing that could ever happen to a parent. So parents, if your kids are acting funny or doing things weird, please sit down and talk to them. Let them express themselves to you and get your kids some help. Go get yourself some help. Because sometimes our kids are the way they are because some shit they don't seen us do or go through.
Because of us. And that's why they get your help. They get help and then y'all get help together to figure out, what's going on.
Right. I know y'all
because hell, I'm depressed, you depressed.
Everybody
get it together.
But I know y'all saw me laugh, and I'm not laughing about mental health, but it made me think about my son when he was 5. And it woke me up at 2:00 in the morning, boo-hoo crying. Because his girlfriend broke up with him. I say, if you don't get your in that goddamn room and go to sleep, little boy.
Yeah.
I said, let me go get my baby, make sure you don't kill himself. So it's not funny. But again, it just lets you know, parents, let your kids listen to your kids. If they are emotional, listen to your kids. I got my baby, I talked to him. I made sure he was all right. And I'm saying that to say a lot of times, a lot of parents would have said, get the fuck out my face. Admit that.
Like, toughen up. What you crying for? But at the same time, he could have took that, like, when you say down back in your room, he could have took that and looked at women differently. He could have looked at relationships differently. Love in a negative way. There's some men out here and even women out here, when it comes to relationships, they so hard. You know what I'm saying? Because they got to protect themselves and they know like, okay, well, that person don't care. So I'm going to just let you become too vulnerable with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a hold a real relationship. So I'm glad you went and got your son, even though he was 5. I'm glad you went and grabbed him.
Because that boy was distraught. You hear me?
Boy.
His arm was broken, girl.
That boy put his hand in the door. He said, I just can't take it no more.
His heart was broken. He couldn't take it, baby.
Yeah, he couldn't take it no
girl.
He needed a drink.
Great, I should have gave him one. Went to school the next day. He gonna
some warm milk. Girl, this warm milk.
That Negro went to school the next day, gonna come back home and say, "We back together." Get your ass out my face.
Waking me up at 2:00 in the morning.
Crying out mental health.
But then
He was stressed, girl. He was stressed.
Yes. Again, we on the mental health. We're talking, and we know how big mental health is in the Black culture, which leads us to AMC, which is
yes.
So mine is: do you think that people are defined by the culture they grew up in? Anybody?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And what kind of way? Like, do you feel like well, let me just share mine first. So mine is I feel like culture defines a behavior, not necessarily the person.
Right.
We're all adaptable, to where we live and things. If we go overseas somewhere, we're that depending on how long we over there, it might become our culture, and we're adaptable to it. So again, I don't think it's me that it defines, but it does define my behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hell, I guess my behavior defined me, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like, okay, like
people
when they say you from the hood, it's a certain type of demeanor, a certain type of way you dress. All that kind of goes together. And if you hear, like, if you're not from the hood and you always hearing that, oh, this person got killed in the hood, this person dying, and everybody fighting. So if they feel like you're from the hood, you might be aggressive or angry, or there's a chance you might sell drugs, or people would judge you based off of things like that. They feel like majority of people from your culture does this, or from your area. That's how they are.
So do you think all Black people are looked at from the ghetto, no matter the status and all that, no matter where we are?
Well, I feel like some people, some people from outside races might judge us like that. As Black people, we know that's not true. We know that you can come from the same street,
but I can see, like,
we can all be different.
Like places like Europe and stuff like that don't know, because that's what is projected. You know what I'm saying?
That all Black people are.
I work with a lot of people from Africa, Nigeria, and stuff, and I'll have these conversations with them, because I always wonder why it's so hard for African Americans and Africans, why we don't get along.
Right.
And so I have these real serious conversations with them because I really want to know. And a lot of them told me that in Africa, when they hear about African Americans, it's always negative. Basically, like the women promiscuous, we're not educated, we're not this, we're not that. But then, I say, well, how do you feel now? Because shit, we're working side by side. we got the same education, we do the same thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? But when you're in another country and you're not around these particular people on a daily basis, and all you're getting this negative information, you can think that we're all one way.
Yeah, because they damn
still ignorant to me, but some people still think like that. Like, I know all Hispanic people are not the same. I don't be around all of them, but I know they all not the same.
Right. What'd you say, Stormy?
When that's what's being fed to them, you know what I'm saying? That's what they're gonna think.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So we work, we fight, we shoot, we sell drugs.
Yeah, but a lot of successful people that are Black are from the hood. They came right out the hood, public school. But even though you might have seen all these people, all these famous Black American people tell their stories, and people still think, depending on where they come from, that we all just
where they at.
Whatever. Even though you see all these African American people that you're watching in movies and buying their stuff, you still gonna think that we're all like this. Some people, I feel like they just choose to be ignorant. They just want to be. You can't tell me you think we're all the same.
Yeah, but I think it's a choice too. Like they definitely choose to be ignorant. Ever since making our Facebook page, oh my God, girl, oh my God, there's some ignorant people in this world.
There's some ignorant Black people.
It's definitely ignorant Black people. It is some ignorant other color people, and I just be like,
you cannot think we're all the same. Like, I don't think all Asians the same. It's like I might not be around them on a daily basis, but I just know they're not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on. It's too many of us in the world.
The only people I think is the same. I feel like anybody from Russia, Croatia, places like that. I feel like they are all killer drug dealers. I do. I'm scared of them people. I just feel like
Russia.
Like Russians, Croatians, like
Russia?
people,
Russia,
like
Croatia, somewhere she said.
What is it?
What you say?
Other people. Yeah,
you watch too many damn movies.
But
you watch too many movies.
Why? If you know that all black people, we're not all the same. Why you
I
think they all
know.
the same?
Cause every time I see them in the movie, they just be killing everybody.
Movies, girl. Okay, thank you. So are you choosing
That's
to be
what
in
it
it?
is.
Because we got a lot of movies of us doing bad things all the time.
You right, we do. I'm sitting here judging people, and I'm talking about
all the movies of us doing bad shit.
And Will Smith ain't making no better. He don't win and slap that man. So now we look even more ghetto.
You know what? Will Smith, that slap was for everybody. It's for everybody that keep fucking with him. He slapped him behind all that. But Chris Rock has talked shit about Jada in the past at that same award show. If you gotta Google it, he don't ran his mouth. Huh?
Do you really think that it has something to do with that? Because I'm just like, are y'all really holding on to this?
It could be I feel like it'd be part of it. Like he already talked some trash about her on that same award show years back when she was trying to boycott it, saying that the Oscars are not recognizing black actors and actresses, which is true. And so he came up stage trying to make a joke about her. He made jokes about her on that same show. So now you're back on here doing it again, whether he knew or not, about her alopecia issue or whatever. But my thing is, I feel like that slap he gave him was probably from the past, but I also feel like that slap was for just him being hurt by a lot of people. Because I mean, come on, he get bashed every day.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it, he get bashed by people on the internet every day.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was for everybody. Everybody who was talking shit. Everybody.
He lost mental. He lost.
Yeah. He lost absolutely. She do that sometime. I don't know. She might come back. Yep. She gone. She come back. She just. I guess she gets sick of our shit sometimes, child.
But it's okay. But yeah, but I feel like we just being a African American woman, definitely. I know I'm thrown into some boxes for when it comes to other people. Just by my own men, black men, I hear them say all black women this and that, and it's like, wow.
Yeah,
we should know better. Out of everybody, I feel like we should know better not to throw people in boxes based off of like one thing or where they from, and stuff like that.
I agree, and it's we got a visitor. Hey, girl.
Hey, I'll be popping in. I'll be popping out. I'll pop in. Bye.
Bye. Sometimes you leave us. You'll decide to come back if you want to, child. So.
It's sabotage.
I cannot. So this has been nice.
Right in time to leave again.
As long as you came back, that's all that matters.
Right.
Shea, as always, we love having you. We love having you here with the
Yes.
I love coming. I know I like to talk.
Yes, we need to find some men to be on this show. First of all, let me go ahead and say this. Say this to everybody who listens. Yes, I know the word is men, but because they men's with the S, and y'all gonna let me.
That's how y'all be acting.
Y'all help people get want and won't right. I'm going to say men's.
This ain't no speech class. We learn this ain't no English class. We trying. And we from the South.
We coming from the
South. You gonna get a little something extra when we speak.
And is.
You understand what we saying?
Yeah.
Just know we educated over here, boo.
Right. Look, catches that word. You still hold up the
person. Right. So yes,
is that her talking for real? Yes, me talking.
Stormy,
we'll change real quick at the
job. No, just talk to your people. Check on your strong friends.
Definitely. If you have mental
talk
issues,
to your kids.
Don't be judgmental all the time. Be open-minded
at all.
Everybody's to learn.
Everybody has mental health issues. Everybody's deals with it differently. You know, everybody struggles with it. Some more severe than others. You know, some just what barely anything. But
and be mindful when you're giving advice. Make sure that number one, it's
not what you say,
healthy and good for
how
that
you say it.
person. Huh?
Yes. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
How you said, watch your delivery and make sure that's in the person's best
mm-hmm.
interest, And I'm big on this.
Right.
Please, when you're giving out advice, do not sugarcoat nothing for people. I don't believe in sugarcoating advice to people. I tell people, because I know sometimes I could come across, a little bit hard. I was told. I would tell
Like
people,
a nigga. Go ahead and put out. I be like, damn, bitch.
I be like, I ain't
You
trying to
act
hurt
like
your
a
feelings. I'm like, I ain't
nigga.
trying to
Be
hurt your
nice
feelings
to
out of love. I
me.
always gotta
I'm
start my messages like that.
sensitive.
I always gotta start off like that. I'm telling you this out of love, cause I gotta let people know. Cause now I'm about to say some shit, but it's real. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I'm seeing. And so, but it's
and that's how she
out of
people
love.
about look, bitch.
But I will uplift you. One thing about me, I'm gonna come back with some positive affirmations. I'm uplift you because
that's how you're supposed to do. I beat you because I
Mm-hmm.
love you. And not I beat you physically, but I told you off because bitch, you need to hear that. But I love you, so let's go drink this lemon drop.
Okay.
Which I'm
let's be happy. Let's find this happiness and peace.
You know, that's my drink of choice. I wish I had it today, but with serious topic calls for serious
you know how to
drink.
make it at home so you can have it. You know how to make it yourself.
Oh, I got some.
Okay.
You.
But that's really what it is with this. This AMC conversation was lovely.
It was
lovely.
I enjoyed it.
I hope that we dropped a lot of jewels for people out there who are listening, and you guys can, take it in and help yourselves. And if y'all got stuff for us, let us know. Because I feel, even though I personally feel like because I'm in a happy place in my life right now, I know that I'm going to face other stuff in my future, but I'm going to use these tools to help me get through it. Because just because you're happy now, that doesn't mean ain't nothing else going to happen to you. So you got to be ready for it and remember all the stuff that helped you get through it. Because you're going to need it again.
Absolutely.
You're going to need it again.
Y'all got to make sure y'all follow Shea.
We're human. That's what people don't understand.
What? Right. What you said, girl?
I said people don't understand we're human.
Oh yeah.
I said that people don't understand that we're human. Shit happens.
Everybody move like robots these days. They forgot that we're human. So make sure you guys follow Shea and go view those testimonies. Everybody done been through some shit, and she might have some good stuff that you need to hear. So make sure you follow her. And
please do.
Until next time, you guys.
Bye-bye.